We've been here for a while waiting for you and
Thank you.
trying the HoloLens because
All right.
I'm
You've been
impressed.
different reality, yes?
Yeah, a bit in different reality, and I would like you to come with me. Just in a few seconds, I don't know. Would you like to say anything about the Microsoft booth that people in the Build Stuff conference should know? You know, if they haven't visited it yet.
I would love to. I have an hour of talk then.
I mean, you can do that with my colleague. We will be going there in a second. But anything about the booth?
So we are having a series of stand-up talks. So on top of Microsoft speakers who are joining the main agenda, we are trying to use this space just to also inspire devs joining Build Stuff around several cloud topics. And also we do have the demo and also there's the Ask the Expert zone. So in case folks are having any questions, come to us and we'll be happy to answer those questions.
Well, what I heard, if you want everything at once and everything that's cool, come to Microsoft booth in Build Stuff conference and try it.
Did you have a good time with Agni?
Of course.
But have you seen? I was listening. You were showing the HoloLens.
Yes, we do have a demo around our HoloLens, so we are showing what's the true behind virtual reality, and we are encouraging devs to really build that future.
Okay. HoloLens is something very, very cool. The first time I tried it, I was like, what? I think everyone should try it. Is it still so expensive, the HoloLens, Microsoft HoloLens, the glasses?
So the idea is that we are mainly targeting developers. So it's a kind of device where you can prototype your mix either virtually apps. So that's why we are more on the small scaling phase currently, but generation 2 is already available.
Yeah.
And it's even more affordable. And there are plenty of other stories, like it's connected with the cloud, and that's the true story. That's just the device. And let's face it, true. The entire project starts from the headset, but then the true magic should happen through code.
Okay. Yeah, I wish it was like 100 euros or 200 euros. Then I would buy it for myself. HoloLens.
Price is the price.
Yeah.
But I believe with development of the technology, it will go down. And still, there are many great partners who are playing with mixed reality and our Azure mixed reality right now, who are having less expensive headsets, like Lenovo, HP. They're having the headsets which cost a few $100.
Okay.
So in case you are targeting consumer who needs to buy it, definitely that's the case. But we are seeing that mainly currently companies are using those, so it's easier.
Okay. I'm not sure if Agni presented. Who are you? Lukasz Foks is right? Fox, the surname?
Correct,
Correct.
yes.
Yeah. From Microsoft, you're a startup mentor, a digital nomad, a mentor for AI and machine learning startups. Digital nomad. What do you mean by that?
That I'm traveling like crazy, and I have a privilege to meet developers across Europe. I lead dev relations at Microsoft for Central and Eastern Europe, so we are trying to be where devs are. So my goal is to be at Build Stuff and literally talk to all of you and gather the feedback. What kind of extra sessions, workshop you would love to see from Microsoft all around Microsoft Azure Cloud.
Okay. Have you already had some useful feedback about that?
So definitely it's great to be here, as the booth is the place where we are gathering that feedback, and definitely I'm glad to hear that people are seeing that Microsoft is more and more open. And in case you are a Java, Python developer, you are a first-class citizen. And we had a great session by Hank Bowman, who's our cloud advocate, who's been showing an interesting AI story by showing our Azure machine learning services. For example, in case you are hardcore pro of TensorFlow, in case you are a Python dev, you are, again, come to us, and you will see all of those options which you do have to bring your code, bring your expertise to Azure, and rock with your apps in the cloud.
Okay, that's cool. I wanted to ask you, and I want to ask you and all of the viewers, sorry, I'm sure, like a sword. I don't know if you have seen, but Google just made a video and this new, I think, service, Google Teachable Machine 2.0. Have you seen the video? It's 1 week ago.
Not yet, but I feel we respect our competition. There is a lot of happening in that field, and I see the greatest projects are coming not only from the companies but from the communities and open source communities who are constantly working on the newest version of the frameworks. So it's great that space is rapidly growing. We also had our Microsoft Ignite last week, where we are announcing all of those dev announcements. We announced, for example, Azure Arc, where you are able to bring some services from Azure even to Google Cloud. So I feel we could learn a lot from all of those various different flavors as the dev community.
Yeah. But machine learning is definitely still a very hard thing to do. I guess you have some really good knowledge to do that. And the Google Teachable Machine, they did this they tried to make it really easy thing to do. Do you think it's going to work? They made it for everyday user to try machine learning. Do you think that's possible with this technology or no?
It's possible in a way, and of course it should be like this in the future. So for sure, yes, I'm in where I should sign, definitely. And we are also trying to literally empower every developer in the field of machine learning. So for example, in case you are front-end dev, you can use our Azure Cognitive Services, which are pre-configured AI models, where you are able to easily, for example, like understand the age of the user who is like in the front of the webcam. So definitely it's here. Every vendor is trying to play with it in a different way. Yeah. But AI should be available for everyone and for every developer. And the end will serve as devs more people who will leverage all of those benefits in our apps, in our like games, and so on.
And what kind of startups are you mentoring? Could you give an examples of like what you do, what kind of products you create outside of Microsoft?
Yeah, so my personal like love is towards like B2B startups who are having quite intense intellectual property at the back end. I'm coming from Poland. I love Central and Eastern Europe, and I would love to see more and more startups who are rapidly growing across the world. And there are many great cases: TransferWise, Taxify, even Skype, whom we acquired like a couple of years ago. Yeah. Those are great examples that the innovation is here. So I want to pay back the karma and help those who are like very interesting from the tech point of view to also build something from business point of view and help those companies travel across. Yeah. And that's our actually value. So in case you're interested in Microsoft for startups, come to me, ping me over LinkedIn, and we'll love to talk more.
So yeah, you can do that and talk with Lukasz. Where can we find you? At the Microsoft Expo?
Exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly.
You'll be there today?
That's right. I'm also in the cloud, so ping me over Twitter, LinkedIn, like I said.